Headlight today. Going to show you how to swap out this bulb. Super simple. You don't have to take anything off. And this is how you do it. If you see in there, this part right here, this little holder, plug, we're gonna wiggle it out, take off this rubber piece that is on the outside, a little harder for you guys to see because it's kind of in there, and then we will go from there after I do that. So now that this thing is off, don't worry if you think you're gonna break it, as long as you get a tight hold on this little piece right here and pull straight back, you're fine. You can wiggle it a little bit, totally fine. So I'm gonna move that out of the way, and now you've got this rubber piece that is holding the housing together. So you're gonna actually take that off, do another little wiggle and prying, and you kind of need two hands for this. So when you're taking this apart, remember how you put it back, or remember how you do it. So on this one, it says top right here, so you're totally fine, and words on the bottom, so facing right side up. So after you take that off, you have this clip that holds the housing completely together, and after that you should be totally fine to take the bulb out. This part's a little tricky, so don't get frustrated. There is a little latch that you've got to push and kind of maneuver the pin out from away. So all you're pretty much is going to do is push in, turn to the right, and then it should be completely free for you to reach in and pull it out. So now that I'm at my handy dandy wall of tools, I'm gonna grab myself one of these, put it in there, wiggle it, find another spot, gonna pry it out of there. Careful not to like fling it across the garage, because then it'll crack and it will not be easy to clean up. So this bulb, super cheap, 20 bucks. I mean, it's not cheap for a bulb, it's 20 bucks. Not bad. But like I said earlier, do not touch this part at all. Do not touch it. Not the bulb itself. You can touch this metal piece around it, touch pretty much anything else, just don't touch the bulb. I'm going to slide it in the top, apply some pressure, get it nice and snug, work your way around. Do not touch that part, and like I said, I'm dead serious, do not touch it. Put it just like that, and put it in just like that. This part, super easy, just reverse the steps that you did. Stick it in there, put the latch over the top, push it in, turn to the right, or turn to the left, and put that piece on. Ta-da! Well, after you plug it in. Ta-da! So, back to it. All nice and snug in there. If you want to make sure and check it, just wiggle it around a little bit. And after that, you're going to want to get your piece that you took off secondly, which is this rubber piece, and stick it back on there. now you've got it on there, push the edges all the way around just to make sure you get it nice and snug on there. And after that, you're going to want to get your plug where you started out with. See how you've got the two plugs right there? You're going to just plug it right in. And it's that simple. Now to test it out, hopefully this works. Hate for it to not to work. And there we go. We've got our running light. Ta-da! And we've also got our high beam. Just little tips and tricks for you guys to know. After I finish this, I figured it out. When you are unplugging it the first time, wiggle a little bit up and down, left and right, pull straight back. Number 2, that rubber piece you pull off, there's 2 tabs. There's a top and the bottom. If you pull on the top one and the bottom one, or just pull on one and pull the little one and then pull them both, wiggle it, easier to get off. Tip number 3, that little latch that you pushed in, I was trying to figure out left or right, you push it in, you turn it to the right, and it comes right down. After that, your light bulb is really freely movable, so you can take it out. When you're lining it back up, I don't know if you guys can see it from here, but there is a little slot from where this little piece sticks out and goes around the bulb. There's a that kind of piece, so it's like it's an odd shape. You want to line that up, and for me it was really easy to line up, reach around here, grab it and push it in this way instead of pushing it that way, because pulling it this way you can kind of feel it and you can kind of move it instead of pushing it and kind of doing that. But really easy. Just make sure you don't touch the bulb. The number 1 reason why these bulbs go out early is because there's oil on the bulb and it burns too hot and burns out the bulb quicker. Other than that, super easy. Alright, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, leave a thumbs up and comments, tips and tricks if you'd like to comment. I'm not a pro at this, so any tips would help for other viewers. But it is fairly simple. Your high beam and your low beam, your running light and high beam, same bulb. Not all models will have that, but most of them will. Like I said, H7s were in both sides. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart's, local hardware store has them.